today was supposed to be the day that there was supposed to be a Brexit vote. They were going to vote on the withdrawal bill. Now, this channel, this space, coming out of this space, has said that Theresa May was going to lose magnificently. This was going to be the worst defeat in a government's history, and it was going to be on something that was momentous, meaning the withdrawal agreement on, you could say, the overarching terms on how they were going to leave the European Union. This was a contentious agreement because, for the most part, the Remainers hated it and the Brexiteers hated it. And I've said on more than one occasion that she was going to lose. She was going to lose magnificently. It wasn't even going to be close. It was going to be a brutal, brutal loss for Theresa May's government. And that loss would have put into crisis on whether or not she was going to even retain her prime ministership. Instead of that brutal and unmitigated humiliation, I mean, mind you, the government has just it's just been censured for not revealing the notes in regards to the legal advice, despite Commons Parliament telling her that she must do that. Today was supposed to be a humiliating day for Theresa May. Instead, this happened. Drama, to say the least. But it's not this one. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? All right, right here. This happened yesterday.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And with permission, I'd like to make a statement on exiting the European Union. We've now had 3 days of debate on the withdrawal agreement, setting out the terms of our departure from the EU and the political declaration setting out our future relationship after we have left. I've listened very carefully to what has been said in this chamber and out of it. To what has been said in this chamber and out of it by members from all sides. From listening to those views, it is clear that while there is broad support for many of the key aspects of the deal, on one issue, the Northern Ireland backstop, there remains widespread and deep concern. As a result, if we went ahead and held the vote tomorrow, the deal would be rejected by a significant margin. We will therefore defer the vote scheduled for tomorrow and not proceed to divide the House at this time. I set out in my speech opening the debate last week the reasons why the backstop is a necessary guarantee to the people of Northern Ireland, and why, whatever future relationship you want, there is no deal available that does not include the backstop. Behind all those arguments are some inescapable facts. The fact that Northern Ireland shares a land border with another sovereign state. The fact that the hard-won peace that has been built in Northern Ireland over the last 2 decades has been built around a seamless border. And the fact that Brexit will create a wholly new situation. On the 30th of March, the Northern Ireland border will for the first time become the external frontier of the European Union's single market and customs union. The challenge this poses must
Theresa May is withdrawing the bill. The bill that was going to have that magnificent historic defeat has just been withdrawn by the Prime Minister. That is amazing. You're talking about drama. Now, you can imagine a response from various people. Right there, she's going into why Brexit is impossible. That's essentially the conversation that Theresa May is trying to have. Why did this dog's Brexit take place? Why did I have to do this? Why did I have to have a backstop? She's explaining why all of these things had to be, but regardless of her explanation, at the end of the day, this bill was going to lose. Now, Theresa May, after doing this, was, you can imagine, rebuked by various members across the House because they wanted to vote down this bill. They wanted to get their opportunity to say no. And by her withdrawing it, she removes the opportunity for Parliament to actually give that vote. This was an amazing, dramatic experience. Listen to some of the responses from the various people that were in Parliament. I have like 3 videos on just this, from the things that were taking place from the standpoint of Brexit. If we go ahead with the vote tomorrow, the deal will be rejected by a significant margin. This was going to be a historic defeat. She's now going back to the European Union and to try to get different terms. Because fact of the matter is, if Theresa May cannot get those different terms, she is going to lose her prime ministership. Mark my words. I've been right on this entire thing, that Brexit was an impossible dream, that it was difficult to put off, all this stuff. Mad Max, Brexit, the works. And now, they've been plunged into a crisis. So, furious, Jeremy Corbyn declared the government has lost control of events, is in complete disarray. Well, of course he's going to say that. He's the opposition. Our country deserves better than this. I love that part. Our country deserves better than this. Liberal Democratic leader Sir Vince Cable announced that the party would fully support a no-confidence vote in the government if Labour calls for one. Yvette Cooper, chairwoman for the Commons House Affairs Committee, said Brexit looked chaotic and ridiculous. Labour veteran Dennis Skinner he's hilarious. She looks weak, and she is. I love that. I love the way they use that. They will weak like a weapon. Mrs. Thatcher had a word for it. What she's done today, F-R-I-T. She's fripped. I have no idea what fripp means. As talk mounted of a fresh no confidence vote in the leader, Tory Brexiteer Jason Rees-Mogg declared, "We cannot continue like this. The Prime Minister must either govern or quit." And we've been told that members of her cabinet have been trying to tell the Prime Minister that she needs to leave. They also kept telling her that if you put this bill out, it would lose magnificently, and you will lose your prime ministership if you do it. This is Theresa May trying to save her skin. Right here, this is the interesting part. Now, keep in mind, when you think of all of this, and you're thinking of all of these chaotic events that are taking place in Britain, remember, it didn't need to be this way. Theresa May, playing politics, called for a snap election thinking she was going to break Jeremy Corbyn. She was going to just break him in half. And Jeremy Corbyn, again, another election where he comes out unbroken. And not just unbroken, she lost her majority, meaning that her government is being propped up by the DUP, a Northern Ireland party. Now, she calls, because keep in mind, if the DUP withdraws support, her government collapses. And DUP told her this deal is a fail. She apparently calls, right here, the Prime Minister, who has been braced for the worst defeat in Commons history, rang DUP leader Arlene Foster before updating MPs as she faced fresh threats to topple her. Mrs. Foster, whose party props up the government, tweeted, "My message was clear. The backstop must go. Too much time has been wasted. Need a better deal. Disappointed it has taken so long for the Prime Minister to listen." Mrs. May said this week she will seek new ways to give MPs a say over the controversial backstop, which extends EU custom rules over the UK if there is no deal for the Irish border. It doesn't just extend EU rules, it puts us in a situation where Britain can't discharge itself from unilaterally, meaning Britain would need another country's or another device's say-so before it could ever extricate itself from it. You can imagine that this is somewhat embarrassing for a country that used to be master of the world, where they've been in this hobbled position where they're essentially a client state. But the DUP Westminster leader, Nigel Dodds, blasted the Prime Minister's performance, saying it isn't credible. The Prime Minister has been facing the worst defeat in Commons history, right? Now she faces trying to wrestle more compromises from the European Union because her deal has to be passed by MPs at some point. But a European Commission spokeswoman declared today, "We will not renegotiate. Our position has not changed, and as far as we're concerned, the United Kingdom is leaving the European Union on March 29, 2019. Mad Max Brexit. A Mad Max Brexit. That's amazing. Theresa May blows £100,000 in a week on Facebook ads for her doomed Brexit deal. They didn't need to put that there. That's just sounding dickish for them to add. Tory Brexiteer Steve Baker said, this is essentially a defeat of the Prime Minister's Brexit deal. It is literally a defeat of the Prime Minister's Brexit deal. The terms of the withdrawal agreement were so bad that they didn't dare put it to Parliament for a vote. This isn't a mark of a stable government or a strong plan. Remember, Theresa May kept running on strong and stable. Not so much. The Prime Minister should now go back to Brussels and demand a better deal. Good luck with that. If she doesn't get a better deal, her Prime Ministership is done. Labour MP David Lammy of the anti-Brexit Best for Britain campaign added, this is an unprecedented and historic humiliation for Theresa May. Our politics is now well and truly stuck. The way to unblock it is to go back to the public with a people's vote, which would either offer a mandate or a specific form of Brexit, or to remain in the European Union. I would argue that the way to deal with this is with an election, not a referendum. Just saying. You've already had a referendum. What are you going to have, a third referendum if this referendum doesn't work? And wouldn't it be only fair that you get another referendum in order to make... I guess I'm making the point. You've had a referendum. This was a dog's Brexit. Let's see. Is there anything else on this one before I end this? Because I have another one immediately after this. All right. I'm going to end this. If she lost by more than 166 votes, it would be the worst defeat in government history, says Philip Cowley, outstripping a record set by Labour in 1924. This is brutal. This is brutal. This is brutal. Theresa May, her days are numbered. Her days are numbered. I'm just saying her days are numbered. She's like Macron. No one likes her. I love British politics. No mercy. So do I, oh gringo. Trudy, I agree. He cut it into 2 videos. I think it was really good. J. Mac, May is toast, just like every other neoliberal. Oh, that's gross. The necklace rocks hard. I love that necklace. Look, I love her outfits. I love her outfits. I just don't like her. The EU says Brexit deal not up for renegotiation. Yes, they did. Right. Despite concerns over backstop in Northern Ireland. Yes. Yes, that's true. That is true. Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn. He's coming home. He's coming home. Corbyn's coming home. We need Corbyn. Yeah, this is brutal, man. British politics is vicious, man. It's up for grabs. No one knows what's going to take place. Isn't this amazing? This is awesome. Now, it's not that I think it's awesome because look, Theresa May decided she wanted to have a hostile environment. She is now having a hostile environment for the poor. The number of food banks, which I would say is a mark of poverty in a particular country, has dramatically risen. The European Union comes out with a report that is damning from the standpoint of the amount of poverty that's in Britain. And just like any other Republican, in this case a Tory, a Republican light or a Democrat, they're instituting a welfare program that is intentionally attacking the poor and making it difficult for them to live with this idea of pushing them into work. Yes, you're pushing some of them into work, but you're doing so by making it dramatically difficult for people to live. So if I am being brutal here, it is because the person who I'm being brutal to has utterly earned it. This is a dog's Brexit. Theresa May is toast. Her prime minister, this is dead prime minister walking. She is a zombie. I kept saying it. She was a zombie. She is toast. Just saying. I have an immediate one after this and like 5 minutes. So I'll be right back. I have several stories on Brexit because a lot of news is taking place in the European Union, in the UK and the European Union. So I'll see you in like 3 minutes. Checkmate, Jamarl. I know, right? I know, right? King in check. It's like the queen is running around the board. The king is like moving from square to square. I love it. I love it. Oh, gringo, live long and prosper. Live long and prosper. All right, I'll see you guys in like 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. If you guys enjoy the content, please feel free to share, like, subscribe. You can always support through either PayPal or Patreon. And of course, at this point, Super Chat is back on, so you can do that too. But thank you all, and I will see you all in like 3 minutes. Just enough time to reload the video. Bye-bye.